What does stop it? I don't have any real answers. I have some ideas though. And giving people the opportunity to communicate and giving tools to people for people to have to not necessarily just work out their differences, but to have a voice is one of the ways. And so we've thrown a couple of events that have were to remedy that or to give a venue for people to talk about the stuff that are big issues for them. But also you can do that right in your neighborhood, you know. Just being open to getting involved in other people's lives. Like in our hyper individualism, we tend to forget that we're also in interdependent communities. We have an ecology and an economy that is dependent on interactions. So while I understand that we are all individuals, but there's also an interdependence that we need to recognize. And I think that goes across the board with all the divisions in our culture that we have. I mean, that could be anything from the police and citizens or whatever, blacks and whites or whatever divisions you can think of that we have that we tend to think of each other as. That's some of the stuff that'll remedy it, in my opinion. So we're hitting 8 minutes already. Oh, there's one more story though. I forgot. Man. So there's this bottle, water bottle that's on my counter today in the house. And I pick it up because I needed some water and I just kind of squirted some water in my mouth real quick. Took a swallow, didn't think about it. But something, I don't know, I had a thought about it when I did because I didn't know whose bottle it was and I didn't really know what was in it or how long it had been there. So I leave to go pick up my son Miles and we are walking, or actually as we get in the car, he has a little snack that we give him and I guess I got cut off there. Might be good. So continue the story anyway. My son asked for some water and the water that I have is his. So, I mean, of course he can drink it. And he's like, where does this bottle come from? And so I'm like, yeah, your mother just refilled that. And he's like, what? I'm like, dude, what are you tripping on? She just refilled the bottle. He's like, yeah. Well, when mom went to the crime scene the other night, because my wife, when those homicides happened, she went to the crime scenes to connect with some of the people that were down there and just to check on, I mean, it's close enough to our house that we feel some sort of response to go and at least not make our presence known, but to see who's there, if there's anybody that we know or can connect with. Usually Mothers Against, I forget the name of the organization. Yeah, maybe I'll remember later. Anyway, there are people there as concerned community members that show up. So this dude is like, yeah, when we stopped there at the crime scene, mom told us not to get out of the car while she was talking, and he really had to go pee. So him and my daughter finished drinking the water that was in the bottle, and then he peed in it. This is the same bottle that she refilled for him to that she refilled for him to drink with his snack. So he was like completely mortified at the same time. And then like 5 seconds later, he's like, well, and then so he takes a sip of the water and I'm like, what is this dude doing? And then he smells it and he's like, oh yeah, that's the same bottle. And he puts it back down. And then I look at him and I'm like, I drank out of that bottle, dude. And then we both busted out laughing. That's disgusting. I was trying to be upset because I was a little hyped, a little heated, because I was supposed to be taking him to a piano lesson, but he's acting like he doesn't want to go. So anyway, that's my story. But quick question, just on the fathering thing, and I only got a few seconds left. My son has piano lessons that he takes every Tuesday now, but he has such a hard time focusing. Should I force him to do that, or how should I help him get through to doing that? That's one thing I'm trying to really communicate, because there's this line where my wife wants me to be nice and foster whatever for him, and then I just want to push him past what he thinks he can do. So I appreciate your input on that. I only got a few seconds left, so any insights are appreciated. Thanks for tuning in. It's Don Goes Digital.